When the high school football schedule comes out, you never know what each matchup will mean. And as you get towards the end of the regular season, you hope a couple of teams in contention play each other in some form or fashion. Well, this season, the BPS Athletic Department struck gold. The top two teams in the Boston North, the West Roxbury Raiders and Tech Boston Bears, along with the top two teams in the Boston South, the English New Mission Eagles and the Charlestown Townies, were set to play each other on Friday, with the winners taking home their respective league titles. While the Boston North standings have been flipped over more times than a pancake, the English New Mission Eagles have led the Boston South since day one and carry their undefeated 5-0 record into Charlestown on Friday night. So let's head out to Charlestown High, and there you see Jawan Ryan, Charlestown running back. He has 7 total touchdowns this season. He would continue that in this one. Charlestown punting on 4th and 22, but Terrell McQuarrie picks up the slow snap and somehow picks up the first down, keeps the Charlestown drive alive there early in the first quarter. Then later on at the New Mission 36, there's Ryan. Check out this run. Ridiculous moves to somehow shake off defenders. Ryan would then take it to the house. Charlestown goes up 6-0 after that 36-yard touchdown. Ensuing possession for Boston English. They're going to pitch it to Takari Hobbs, and he says to Jawan Ryan, anything you can do, I can do better. 80-yard touchdown run for Takari as English picks up also the 2-point conversion at the end of that TD. They go up 8-6 early on. Later on in the first quarter, English at the Charlestown 27, Tristan Champagne to a wide-open Ramonte Williams. English goes up 16-6 in the first quarter. After English recovered a fumble for a touchdown, they make it 22-6. Terrell McQuarrie brings this kick back for Charlestown and sets them up beautifully. Brings it all the way down to the Boston English 21-yard line and sets up another score for the Townies, because Charlestown now from the 7-yard line, quarterback Stephen Williams flips it out to Ryan in the corner of the end zone for the touchdown. Charlestown cuts it down to an 8-point lead heading in to halftime. Charlestown would get the ball to start the third quarter, but they wouldn't have it for long. Stephen Williams gets picked off by Ramonte Williams. Williams then brings it back all the way to the 26-yard line of Charlestown. Certainly ends any hopes for a good drive in the third quarter for the Townies. Then once Williams makes a great play on defense, he then gets rewarded on offense. It's Michael Castro finding Williams in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. English Eagles go up 28-14 over Charlestown, but the Townies get it right back. No hesitation to go back to the air. Williams fires it down the right sideline for Amari Forbes. 53-yard touchdown, keeps it a one-score game. These two teams keep going back and forth. English's next possession now. Takari Hobbs on the carry. A couple of nice moves right here. Brings it all the way down to the Eagles, or rather the Charlestown 30-yard line. Now inside the 5, it's Cameron Brown. Not a clean handoff, but he carries the pile into the end zone. Touchdown English, 36-22. English New Mission on top. Fourth quarter now, Charlestown not giving up. That's Williams finding Neil Green in the end zone. Cuts the lead back down to 8 for Charlestown. Then with a couple of minutes left in the fourth quarter, Charlestown driving. Looks like they're going to go score, but they fumble the handoff at the 10-yard line. English recovers. They hang on to win 36-28, and Boston English takes home the Boston South. They keep their undefeated record now at 6-0. Let's take a look at the rest of the scores from Friday night, as East Boston is just edged out by Latin Academy 29-28. 4 different players scored touchdowns for the Latin Academy Dragons, and O'Brien takes down Brighton 20-14 on Friday night as well. Tech Boston loses to West Roxbury 36-28. Westy goes on to win the Boston North title. Stewart with 130 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns for the West Roxbury Raiders. Randolph blanks Jeremiah Burke 18-0 on Friday, and then Concord Carlisle takes down Boston Latin 37-19 in the Dual County League. So now we'll take a look at all the playoff matchups coming up this week, as O'Brien will take on Neshoba Tech on Friday, October 26th at 7 p.m. Latin Academy, the 3 seed, will be hosting East Boston, the 6 seed, at White Stadium on Friday night on the 26th at 3:30 p.m. That'll be that afternoon game at White Stadium. Also, so that's the Division 8 matchups, or the Division 7 matchups. This is the Division 8 matchups, as Tech Boston will be taking on Pope John On Saturday, October 27th, that'll be at Pope John at 7 p.m. And then Matignon St. Joseph, the 7 seed, will be taking on English New Mission, the Boston South champs, who are the 2 seed, this Friday, October 26th at 6 p.m. Good matchup right there. And then finally, Charlestown will be visiting West Roxbury, the Boston North champs, on Friday, October 26th at 6 p.m. That game will be played at West Roxbury High School. That's 7 Boston City League teams in the playoffs this week. Make sure you get out to those games and support the local football squads. Folks, it's going to do it for sports this week. Be sure to come right back here next time for more on Boston Neighborhood Sports.